Yo, this is Wall Street Weekly with BC PortCorp. Listen deeply, charts bleed reality. Green mixed with red, every ticker got a story, every dollar got a thread. Profits speak softly, losses scream loud. Bull markets whisper but the bears roar proud. Investing's more than digits, it's decoding minds. Patterns in the chaos, treasures you can find. Eyes wide open, stay sharp and precise. Cause easy money's myth, truth comes with a price. Watch the money flow, truth hidden in disguise. Risk what you know, wealth favors the wise. If you ain't thinking deeper than your pockets leak weekly, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Tune in to Wall Street Weekly. With BC PortCorp, we're making sense of the madness. Truth in the numbers, clarity from the vastness.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Wall Street Weekly. And today, we've got a special guest here. It is JR. I know you've seen him in the Discord. He is going to start streaming soon. So we thought we'd pop his cherry here. And this is his first stream. So welcome, JR. Thanks for tuning in today. How are you doing?
Pretty good, bro. It would have been nice if I knew that we're doing this. I would have probably tweaked the camera settings a little better. We just started playing with the contrast and the brightness. He's like, it's good to go. Let's go.
Well, you know, it is what it is. We'll end up figuring it out over time. You're definitely going to need a light. It'll help out a bunch once you have that.
Yeah.
So, how are you enjoying this market right now? I know we've taken a bit of a tumble. And everyone's doing their own thing with it. And, you know, some people are making money. Some people are losing money. How's it been treating you?
Really good, actually. Other than the other day. But other than that, one trade, really good, yeah. It's been really consistent. And the volatility, I've just been rocking it both ways. Back and forth, back and forth.
So you've been zooming on in, taking it on that shorter term time frame?
Yeah, work slowed down a lot finally. So, there's like no work. So I've been locked in on the 2 minute. I've been practicing scalping on the high time frame.
Well, that is definitely one way to do it. I did quite the same today. You know, we got a lot of up, down, and it was quite nice to trade it both ways. Mostly focused on longs because that was my preference for the day. And so, a few 100x longs and you make a little bit of money. And you just try to make more than you would make at a day at work. And I did pretty well today. But, you know, we do focus a little more on stocks here. So do you focus any on the stock side of things, or are you mostly just on crypto?
I buy stocks, and I want to trade gold and some commodities and stuff on BTCC again. But I'm just focused on crypto, one account right now, because I found I do better when I'm just on one account. Like I had like 2 or 3 crypto accounts and then BTCC, and I would just make mistakes, and I'd do something on one and I thought I did it on both, but I didn't. And I'd be like, oh crap, I forgot to do it there. So yeah, I'm locked in on one account right now. It's pretty good.
I mean, that's the way to do it. I've got one stock account, I've got one crypto exchange that I leverage trade on, and then I have one crypto exchange that I buy from, and then I move over to my hardware. And that's about it. Keep it simple. It's a very elegant strategy, and it keeps you from making mistakes that you don't need to make. So,
Yeah. Being spread too thin.
has there been anything that you've been focusing on quite heavily?
Yeah, Solana.
Well, do you want to take a quick look at Solana and let the people know what you're seeing?
Yeah, sure.
All right, let me get that screen over to you real quick, and I will let you know in just a second. You are
Okay.
all up, sir.
Okay. Okay, so this morning I dropped this long in Discord this morning because I did the New York orb this morning. Marked out the high. I moved this, so I think I moved this stuff because I was like not ready for this at all, and I had a bunch of indicators on my screen. But yeah, so we moved this stop to entry anyways, and we're at TP1 and TP2 is up there.
What are those price targets?
Price target?
Yeah, because
140, 144. Around 144.
so why are those your price targets?
Anchored VWAP from the lows because we lost it. We lost the anchored VWAP, and it's going for a retest, looks like. Bearish retest, probably. But we might get a mad pump, too. I'm kind of hoping for a mad pump because on this... Oh, I gotta... Hang on. My chart's a mess, too, because I didn't know any of this stuff was happening. This is raw. Okay, oh, yeah. Boom. I'll show you.
You like that MVP oscillator?
Yeah. Stretch this out. Okay. You know the green. Can you see these notifications when they pop up too, or just the chart?
Just the chart.
Okay, cool. I'll just ignore them then. So, you know, Piper's always talking about the green candles firing off near bottoms and stuff on the weekly and all that.
Yep. So you zoomed it on in on a shorter term time frame, been using it there?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, for sure. But on the 3-day, it's never fired before in history on the 3-day. And look what we're getting right now, yo. Boom. Right? So I'm expecting a relief bounce.
Did you use that in confluence with anything else there?
We've been dumping for like a million days. Extreme fear for a million days. And I don't know. Usually the market doesn't go in a straight line. So yeah, plus that. So I don't know how I figure.
That we were bound to get a bounce eventually.
I think so.
Hey, I mean, I was calling for a little bit of upside this morning as well. So,
Like, I don't think it's going to be like all-time high or nothing, but
no, but it would be nice to get that relief bounce. You know, there's a lot of people that have been panicking and they're underwater a bit and they're looking for a point to sell because they don't want to ride that all the way down to the bottom.
and if you go back, if you mark these where these candles are this high, these green candles, if you go back to the other times they were that high, banging off that high, we got like 30% moves. Whoa. Yeah, right here is where they fired last time. Boom. So I don't know. That'd be cool.
So is this a multi-day trade for you?
Oh no, I trade every day, bro.
Or you're not gonna swing this one?
No, I'm just gonna favor longs if it starts playing out. I'll favor longs for a bit. Like today, I favored longs. I had what did I have? Link and Aster. Let's see. Yeah, Aster, Sui, Link, Zek short and a Zek long, and SNX long, and Pump long. Yeah, I've just been favoring longs, and it's been working out. So I'll just do that till it doesn't. And when it's real volatile and I get sketched out, I'll just chill in my like low leverage stall long and short.
Well, that's one way to do it. So you caught the link move?
Yeah. Why is all this stuff disconnected? Yeah,
I'm gonna get my screen pulled up. So we talked about Link this morning on Piper Academy, and I was calling out some levels. I'm assuming you were pretty online with that. We were looking for 1235 to be our little bounce zone. It has been support through most of this sideways range here, and then we were looking for potentially 1287 to be a little resistance. Completely blasted through that here on the hourly. Got up to our secondary target that we were looking for at $13.22 before we started seeing a little resistance there. So where did you end up catching that one? Let's get back to your screen there.
Which one? The stall?
Link. What were you doing with Link today?
I don't know if I think I just looked at it on my cell phone. Trading's different than charting, eh?
Sometimes.
But I could show you where I got in. I'm new to this computer stuff too, eh?
Hey, well, it's better to start getting this early before you do it raw on your channel.
I don't even know the hotkeys and stuff to make everything fast and sweet yet.
Hey, you will figure it out as time goes on, sir.
For sure. Okay, let's see. What? Oh, that's average. Sometimes if I TP too early, I'll oh shoot. 15-minute round. Around here. 12.48.
So pretty close to that target we were looking
Or no,
for.
12.458, sorry. Around there, yeah. Just a little lower, yeah. But I averaged in, eh? Like I started entering here. Probably. And I averaged in. Like on
So you like the laddering in more than anything?
yeah. Because indicators lie when it counts and stuff, and Trump could tweet at any moment, right? Like anything could happen always. So it's like I've had high conviction plays. I'm like, oh, this is high conviction. I'm gonna size up, or so that even just a little bit, like, and it's like it doesn't always play out, man. So I average in so that I have wiggle room. Instead of taking a stop loss, I'd rather average in.
Well, that seems to work for you quite well.
Yeah, I dig it.
So you said you were looking at a few other ones today. Aster was one of those you had your eyes on.
Yeah, Aster, yeah.
What was going on there, sir?
It looked juicy. Let's check it out. I was in it the other day too, and then I closed out, but then I jumped back in it. It's been pretty good, eh? Oh yeah. I dropped it too. I dropped it on the 23rd, eh?
Was that in the PA Discord?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you're not following Piper Academy, you are definitely missing out.
Yeah, this one's good TP right now. Because we'll probably reject off these anchored VWAPs.
Are you still in that one?
No, I closed out. I was over allocated in a trade, so I had to minimize my trades.
It makes sense. Makes sense. So,
Yeah, it worked out.
what was your thoughts on the entry? So, why did you get to why you were going to enter?
Oh, it was on a POC and a 786 macro POC. Here, I'll show you here. Pretty sure. Whoa, I might have to zoom out. Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely a point of control there.
Yeah, and then 786, I think, too. Check it out. Is that the fib? I'm not used to a computer. Hang on. No,
It definitely takes some time.
There we go. Okay. I don't use the magnet either because I've been on my cell phone. Yeah, and macro 786, see?
Nice little bounce there. So you're looking for a rejection at the VWAP, or you hoping, or do you have a little higher target there?
Yeah, I got higher ones too. Yeah, if we get a crazy bounce, like a nice juicy bearish retest off this, I think this is a 50 MA, 50 SMA on the daily. Pretty sure. Yeah.
And what's the price target for that?
Well, price will probably meet it. They'll kind of meet like a bit down here. So probably 1.2. 1.2. Boom.
That's
We
not a
could pull a
bad little
fib.
target there.
We could pull a fib from the high to the low here. I'll get rid of this one because it'll confuse me. Yeah. Yeah, 1.2.
So looking like it has a little bit of resistance out of that 236 right now.
Yeah, it might not even go any further. It might be over. It's already hitting an anchored, like it's already, look at all these anchored VWAPs clustering in here, you know? But yeah, and it's at the top of this,
Oh, there it goes. It is back. We are good to go.
We're back.
Yep. It finally. I did have a few charts to go over today, so let me get over to my screen, and
Yep.
I will give you a little bit of help with how you walk through the thought process just a little bit, Jr. Because you do really good trades, and now it's just from getting those really good trades from you and helping other people really nail those trades for themselves so that you're when you're not around to hold their hand, they can still take a look at it and be like, oh, well, JR would probably enter here, so this looks like a good time to enter. Oh, we got a
Yeah.
few people chiming on in. We've got All Set in the house, and we've got Wick's wife in here. Appreciate both
All
of you.
set. Anchor gang. Hey, Wick's wife. Oh, you muted me.
I was muted. If y'all didn't see, we got JR in the house today. It's his first ever stream, so don't give him too much shit. He is figuring it out. But I was going to take a look at a few things that I was looking at on the stock market. I've been hollering about nuclear for a while. So let's take a look at a few of those stocks. We were looking for SMR to get a little bit of some bouncing here. I've been layering in. Let me get this zoomed on in so you can see it just a little bit better. We were looking for some sell-off. You know, the whole market has been selling off, and we got some continued downside here. Let me share my screen with you, actually, so you can see what's going on, too. Because that might be a little helpful. There we go. Now you can see my screen, too, JR. So we were looking for a little downside here on SMR. This is a nuclear company that makes modular reactors. We were looking for one of these CME gaps to end up holding. We completely blasted through one of these CME gaps. We're potentially looking for a little support down here at the 382. Got a little bit of fake out at the 382 before we continued on our downside movements. We ended up closing out this bottom side CME gap that has been open since back here on the 13th of May. Finally closed that out. Got a little bit of a bounce on the 236 here. We do have the potential for some continued downside here as we are extremely close to our all-time support line. This support line runs all the way from back here on January 22nd of 2024. So very, very strong support line. We're potentially looking for some entries a little bit lower if we end up breaking below 1868 here on the CME gap. So let me get that CME gap colored in black so we know it is closed. We did get that nice little bounce off of the 236, pulled back towards the upside of our CME gap, and we're trying to hold the top side right now. But we do have some worrisome signs here on the higher term time frame. Your money flows still heavily in the red. You're getting that MACD with some sideways momentum here, so potential for a little more downside if you continue to see that sell off. Zooming on in here on the shorter term time frame, we did get some bouncing as we were talking about earlier, but we're starting to see a little bit of a stall out as we continue to see some heavy selling pressure here on the hourly as well. We're getting a little bit of bounce, but you're starting to see that sideways momentum coming in on both that MACD and the prime oscillator here. As you can see, it still is sitting in the green, so we're looking for that potential support below us at $18.60. That's the top side of the CME gap. If we lose that, potentially coming all the way back to our very strong support around $16 there. So a few little entry points to kind of keep your eye on. SMR has been on an absolute tear this year. To see a massive pullback like this is not too unexpected. This is when you start buying back in. So we did do a little bit of buying at the 382. I am sitting a little bit to the downside, but I'm looking to lower my entry just a little bit more there. We took profits way up here, so we were doing all right. We did have OKLO we were looking for as well. It did get a bounce directly at some areas we were looking at on the higher term time frame. Let's get that zoomed on out to the daily. As you can see, we got a little bit of a move directly to $85. That was our last area we were kind of looking for some potential bouncing at. That was also the golden pocket on our fib retracements there from this entire move towards the upside. You know, after you see a move over 400% towards the upside, you should potentially start looking at some pullbacks. And that is exactly why we were looking at some downside levels. We had our first little area at the 50 we were looking at. Ended up trying to hold the 50%, came up to our CME gap from way back here in the beginning before we got that last little push up towards the top, and we couldn't hold that at all. Here on the higher term time frames, it was just a wick, continued on towards the downside to that golden pocket. We were looking at basically $85 on the dot. We're now seeing $90.24 come in as some resistance on the higher term time frame. We just got some wicking action above that, so might be a time where we start seeing just a little bit of sideways momentum here, retest on that golden pocket, and we will see if we can hold that there. Let's get this zoomed on in. Take a look at that hourly. As you can see, that hourly got that nice little move off of our golden pocket after a grab below that. Pretty sure that was a CME gap from back here. Yep, ended up closing out that CME gap before we had gotten above that golden pocket. Closed out that CME gap, starting to see a little bit of sideways momentum. This is pretty much across the board in the markets right now, so not too unexpected. We are trying to hold $90.24 as some support, but it looks like it is losing it right now. So looking for that potential bounce back at the golden pocket in $85.20. There is a lot of buying pressure directly below us, so we will kind of have to see if we get some holding up of that price in the shorter term time frame at about $88.60. Let's get that short term horizontal ray drawn on out for you. It is from these very equal candle bodies there. That is $85.56. Let's get this zoomed on in. Take a look at that 15-minute, because that 15-minute is going to tell a highly different story there. Quite like Bitcoin today, we got those nice moves towards the upside, saw a little bit of resistance, pulling back towards an area we could potentially see some support at, and seeing a little bit of battle. That 15-minute is nice and cooled off here, but you're failing to see any reversal signals just yet, as this money flow continues to stay in the red even on the shorter term time frames. So potentially looking for that bounce down here, 88.56, if not coming all the way down to 85.20. We also had another one we were looking at. This is Sim. It is a automation company and robotics. We were looking for a break into our CME gap. That is exactly what we got after a little bit of bouncing off the 50% there. Let's get this zoomed on out. Take a look at that daily. And then after we take a look at this one, JR, you got any other charts you want to show the people today?
No, I didn't even know I was coming, bro.
It was a surprise for both of us. You know, you said you were off work. You wanted to get some stuff set up. So I figured, why not? You know, you've been talking about streaming, and this is an easy place to kind of come on and do it a little bit easier. So if there is anything y'all would like us to take a look at, stock side, crypto side, go ahead, throw some of those assets in the chat, and both me and JR can take a look at it so he can get a little bit into the groove on how you do some TA for the people live. So we were taking a look at SYM. This is a manufacturing company that manufactures robots for manufacturing in warehouses. So giant industry that is looking to be completely replaced. from people. You've been seeing that not only in Amazon, but pretty much across the board. Basic tasks can easily be automated with a robot. This company has been on an absolute tear this year as well. Didn't end up calling this one out. Definitely should have. I've owned it for a little while now, and it just slipped by. So potentials for some re-entries here. We were looking at $50.62. Got a nice little bounce off of that, pushed into our CME gap, but we're looking at that 382 and the 50% line on the CME gap from way back here in August to be our resistance. That is coming in at about $59. So keep your eye on that level. Potential for some rejections off of there. Let's get this zoomed on in. Take a look at that hourly. As you can see here, it is getting a little sideways momentum here as we're really struggling to absorb any of this selling pressure here. Quite similar to what we've been looking at in the crypto markets. Allset said he is not trading yet. He must made some profits today, and now he's like, you know what? We're at some weird areas, so let's sit on the sidelines. That's pretty much what I've been doing too. I don't know if JR is in any trades right now, but you in any trades?
Yeah, I'm in a Solana long. It's up 17. I've been adding to it and taking profit. It's up 17%, and a short that's in the red that I'm adding to right now.
Well, once I get done with this one, you can show the people what you're doing there. So we did have this one here where we were looking for a little bit of a move into the CME gap. We got that move into the CME gap, but we started stalling here at a CME gap that was built inside the CME gap. As you can see, if we get this pulled on up here, it is closed. Let me get my rectangle pulled on up here. Which nice new feature. TradingView decided that we can now set alerts on our rectangles. As you can see, this smaller CME gap within the larger CME gap, 50% line of it is coming in as some resistance right now. You're really stalling out at that area. Potential for a pullback down to $54.31 would be a nice little area to kind of see a break of structure here. You have been in a massive downtrend. This would be a higher low for you on the shorter term time frame, and potential to break trend on the higher term time frame as well. Let's get this zoomed on in. Take a look at that 15-minute. That 15-minute is really going to show you a nice cool off here as you move sideways below that 50% line on that CME gap. So potential for that nice little move down to really confirm our cool off before you get some bouncing back towards the upside. First little area to look for some resistance at $57, and then above that is coming in at about $58.12. Didn't see any alt requests or stock requests or anything like that in the chat just yet. So JR, do you want to show the people what you're doing for your trade right now?
Yep.
All right, let me get that screen share over to you, sir.
Okay.
We got Trade Intuition in the house. Hope you're having a great Monday, sir.
Okay. Sorry, I was just looking at it. Or managing it, I mean. Okay. So I'm looking at USDT dominance for Confluence for rejection. So I just took profit on my long and I added to my short because it looks like a sweep of the highs kind of for Solana. And there's bear divs on RSI and probably on some other stuff like the prime oscillator and the MACD and primed RSI. But anyway, so this is a value or a fixed range volume profile pull. This blue line right here is the value area high. It's approaching the value area high right now. Plus there's this anchored VWAP, so I'm expecting a reaction there. And also the primed RSI, the candles are getting small. This these get in the way whenever I hover my mouse over it, but you can see down there the candles are getting small. I'll make it bigger if I can. Yeah, there we go. It's getting blue because I got colorize turned on. And yeah, I usually get a good bounce there, and that's on the 44-minute. And if you look on the 26 or the 25 or the 15-minute, you can see all these wicks here. Real wicky. It's getting rejection. And then here, it's starting to curve up. So yeah, look at that USDT. And then we're getting these green candles and these reversal firing on the Prime Oscillator Pro Plus, the MVP. When you go into settings, you can change it to Prime Oscillator or the MVP Oscillator. Sometimes I'll put both on and use both. Often. Works pretty good. And I was just testing out this market cipher. I was just testing it and comparing it to these, because the only thing I liked it for was these stochastics, these red and blue ones that curve down. And I've been noticing that this wave and this RSI do the same thing as it, so I have no reason to really have it.
Hey, it happens quite a bit, you know. That's why I switch out. That's why I switched to the Prime Oscillator, because I was like, dang, I don't even need my RSI anymore.
Yeah. So then on Solana, the trade I was managing by looking at that and at Solana, it looks way different on cell phone. But yeah, I don't. Oh yeah, there. Never mind. So yeah, it looks like it's sweeping the highs right now. This is the high. A lot of people would have went short here, and it looks like they're sweeping the highs. Plus the USDT dominance is coming into the rejection area. So I don't know. It's not guaranteed, but I'm looking for a pullback of some sort anyway. So that's why I added to my short right now, because it seemed like a good time to add to it.
Was that a short on Solana or on something else?
Yeah, I have a long and a short on Solana running 24/7.
No, you're schlonging it, huh?
24/7, yeah. And then I just dialed down from the like 17 to the 8 to the 4 to the 2-minute on, and I compare the USDT dominance with Solana on the oscillators and everything, on the primed RSIs and stuff, and see, getting a high. This is a bear div too right here. It's a lower high on the RSI and a higher high up here. So anyways, a lot of good reasons to add to the short. And then yeah, when it short goes into profit, I'll cut it back to quarter position size, and then the long will go in the red, and I'll add the 3/4 I have stashed for that, and then I'll just dial down and look for bounces to take my 3/4 back, and I just keep juggling it both ways all day, all night. Works good.
Well, that's definitely a different way of trading than most people do, sir.
Yeah, I kind of just made it up, like practicing with $1 trades.
Hey, if it works, it works. You know, that is definitely one I haven't heard very often. You know, I schlong it, but I normally just cut the loser and then ride the winner.
Yeah. Well, this way they take turns printing 24/7. So it's like I check my phone like to see if my chick texted, but instead of a chick, it's like to see if I should take profits and add to the other one. And usually I do. So I'll just take profits, add to the other one, and then I just check every now and then, and they just keep taking turns. It works for me.
Hey, if it works, it works. It looks like Bitcoin's getting a little bit of a pump towards the upside right now. New York PM gave it a little bit of a dump. Let me get my screen pulled on up here. So I did take a few longs today as well. Well, my soul is picking up, JR. Yeah, it definitely looks like Bitcoin's also getting that little bit of a move towards the upside. We were potentially looking for some upsides today on Bitcoin. As you can see, we got a few areas. We entered some longs. I went a little more. I don't normally recommend it, but every once in a while, when I can sit down and actually watch a chart, I will do 100x long or even higher. So today we did a few 100x longs here. So we got the nice little bounce off of here. We were looking for a sweep below London's lows. We ended up clearing that. I got in on the equal candle body here. And then we formed our rejection here. So I got out when we started losing a little bit of momentum here on the shorter term time frame. We got in a secondary long here today earlier at about 12:15 a.m. Or p.m. there. So that would have been like a few hours ago. Caught that little bounce. We were looking for the potential of our old fair value gap to be some resistance. We did end up breaking into the fair value gap there, dropped below with New York PM, and we are now pushing back into our fair value gap here. We did talk about that being a potential here this morning when I went live on Good Morning Crypto over on Piper Academy. We said if we broke into this fair value gap, we're able to hold this area as some support. You can see on the shorter term time frame, we got a nice little bounce off of it. We would be looking for about 90,300. So, you know, definitely a potential for some continued upside here as the shorter term time frame money flow looks absolutely insane. Like, look at this. We haven't seen nice money flow like this in so long. And, you know, we've all been waiting for this. This has definitely been a little bit of some absorption that has been well needed. I don't know if JR can see my screen anymore. No. Let me get that shared with you. There you go. Crazy money flow coming on in here on the shorter term time frame. We're really looking for this to start bleeding over into our higher term time frame if we really want to continue up towards the upside any higher. So let's get this zoomed on out from the 5 minute. I rarely take a look at the 5 minute unless I'm actually sitting down at my computer all day long. As you can see here, your money flow here on the hourly is starting to pick up. This is exactly what we've been needing. We need these big body candles if we want to see any kind of movements towards the upside. That means that we're starting to see that really strong money flow coming in on the shorter term time frame. We did just break New York AM highs, looking for a little bit of a pullback, retest on that, and then continue up towards the upside there. We'll kind of have to see if we start stalling out around 90,300. That is the midline of that old fair value gap. We can end up getting some shorter term time frame ranges pulled on up here. So let's get this first one pulled on up to kind of take a look at above that fair value gap top. We do have a few areas. I don't know where my horizontal rays went, but New York AM from back on the 18th, that is a nice little area to keep your eye on. That is a very heavy area of resistance. We got 3 rejections off of that on the hourly. That is 93,800. So if we can get some continuation here, really watch this money flow bleeding over from the shorter term time frame into the higher term time frame, we could really get some nice continuations. 4 hour starting to look a little bit nice as well, really getting that curvature back towards the upside on that money flow. As we were talking about that short term time frame money flow really coming on in as some buying pressure, really looking for that to start impacting the higher term timeframes as well. We will need to hold some of these levels here that we've called out before. That is going to be the fair value gap bottom, 88,600. A nice area to potentially look for a little bit of pull back as we are starting to look a little bit overheated on the hourly. But we're just starting to get those signs on the higher term time frame. Let's get that pulled up to the daily. As you can see, daily really just starting to get that curvature back towards the upside. Really need to see that money flow coming on in. So we do have a lot of liquidity directly towards the upside to kind of keep your eye on. First real level to keep your eye on the higher term time frame is going to be about $96,000. So if we can start getting back towards the top side of that fair value gap, really get above our local resistance at 93. That first target area is coming in at about 95,600 to about 96,500. A lot of liquidity up in that range. We do have liquidity higher above that as well. We'll just kind of have to see if we clear out that first area of liquidity and then continue towards the downside, or if we make that nice little push back up towards our 236 here. Also, our bull market support line that we've held almost this entire run here. As you zoom this on out, you can see it has been support from all the way back here in August of 24. So nice little area to potentially get back up to and then look for some resistance at. So you got anything you want to leave the people with today, JR? Because it is almost time to wind the show on down, unless we got some TA requests anyone wants to look at.
No, I'm good, bro. Thanks for having me, though. I appreciate it.
Yeah, not a problem. It was great to have you on. I know this is all brand new to you, so hopefully in the background I've got a bunch more time to actually help you on out if you need that. It does take a little bit of work to go from, oh, I look at a chart and I see something, to be like, now let me tell everyone what I'm seeing on the chart so that they understand my thought process.
Yeah, it's a complicated jumble for sure.
Oh, yeah, it's definitely a different animal, but I'm sure you will get the hang of it extremely quick. You're a very good trader. He's got an incredibly high win rate. You don't normally see that, so definitely looking forward to seeing some of your streams this winter. And it's about time for me to, have winter off as well. So my work is also just as impacted by weather as yours is. So we'll be bringing you back on.
Thanks, man. That's really nice of you. I appreciate it.
Not a problem. And we will get you into some stocks as well, because crypto is about to get really, really boring. So we will teach you some futures trading and some options trading on the stock side. And you'll be like, oh, okay. So now we can make some money everywhere.
Yeah, the prop firms are better too.
Oh yeah, there's quite a bit of money to be made over there. You can also trade some stocks over on BTCC as well. So S&P 500, a very big one to trade some futures on. You don't even need really massive moves, a little bit of leverage, the right capital, and you can make some decent money just like you do in crypto. So that's also on BTCC. Gold's over there as well. You talked about that. If you can trade Bitcoin, you can trade gold. And that just, like, hands down, it just is what it is.
Yeah, I've traded it before. It's decent for sure.
Oh yeah, the moves
aren't all of it.
Well, the moves aren't as crazy, so you definitely have to lower some expectations a bit. That's one thing that you will kind of have to get used to with, oh, so I don't shoot for like a 30% gain here. We're shooting for like a 0.5% move, like the big boys do in those big firms.
Yeah, you can do pretty high leverage on BTCC though, eh?
Yeah, 50, so you can do 50%. You can do 50x leverage on gold on BTCC. I've found that like you don't even need that much. Like a gold, you put like about, I'd say 20x on there, and you're solid. It's like trading Ethereum, basically.
Yeah, super chill.
So, thank you everyone for tuning on in today. Thank you, JR. If y'all would like to see more of JR here on the show, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Leave a comment as well. We will get him all ready for some streaming on his channel. Go ahead and I'd have to make you an admin, but when I play that music in the background, when we do the exit, I will make you an admin, and you can drop that link to your channel, JR.
Okay, dope. Sounds good, bro.
All right. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in today, and we will see you at the next Wall Street Weekly.
This is Wall Street Weekly with BC PortCorp. Listen deeply, charts bleed reality. Green mixed with red, every ticker got a story, every dollar got a thread. Profits speak softly, losses scream loud. Bull markets whisper but the bears roar proud. Investing's more than digits, it's decoding minds. Patterns in the chaos, treasures you can find. Eyes wide open, stay sharp and precise. Cause easy money's myth, truth comes with a price. Watch the money flow, truth hidden in disguise. Risk what you know, wealth favors the wise. If you ain't thinking deeper than your pockets leak weekly, get your mind right. Get your mind right. Tune in to Wall Street Weekly. With BC PortCorp, we making sense of the madness. Truth in the numbers, clarity from the vastness.